nothing left to say. So she'll cry because she loves you, and there's nowhere in the world she'd rather be. And you gotta give her love and pure devotion, or one day you're gonna turn and watch her leave, and you'll make her cry. Tell her you appreciate her love. Make sure she knows nobody else can do the things she does. And greet her every morning with a sweet kiss and a smile. And let her know that God let an angel lay there by your side, and you'll make her cry. And she'll cry because she loves you, and there's nowhere in the world she'd rather be. And you gotta give her love and pure devotion, or one day you're gonna turn and watch her leave, and you'll make her cry. You'll make her cry.
It's Sunday, July 5th, and you've tuned into the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. Right now, you're listening to WeP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Rees Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach the future generations the value of freedom. A freedom bought, paid, and secured for by the brave men and women.
In partnership with Rees Across America Radio. Help support their mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach future generations the value of freedom. Check them out at www.reesacrossamerica.org/radio. Patriot Pride.
Now playing on WeP3 Radio, Ty Warner, What Can We Say?
I overheard a conversation talking about a situation and everything that they're both trying to do. She said he wasn't listening. He said something's missing. Neither one of them were getting through. She don't want to play this show.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck it on.
Army. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
To put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck off.
Good evening. It's Andrea Eichmann here. Welcome to our show. We got your 6 at 6. This is put on by the People's Patriot Project. Frank, Mark, and I come here every Sunday night to bring you information, guests, music, all of it, and just conversation. Welcome to July 5th. Oh my gosh, here we are. Tonight, we have some awesome guests for you. We have both guests, our returning guests tonight. We have got Mr. Theory, musician Ryan Dorfield, and we've also got the Resilience Leadership Podcast host, JJ Hardy. Welcome, guys. We can't wait to hear more from you, about you, and with you. Look at all these people chiming in tonight. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. A word out to our sponsors real quick. We have got Mr. Derek Iozio with Catch 22 Peer Support. The Godfather, Derek, he is out there everywhere, every day. They have groups, one-on-ones, coffees, maybe just a little bit of fun sometimes, all the good stuff. If you just need someone to talk to or you just want to hang out with others similar to you, go ahead and, look at here, get a hold of Derek Iozio, the Godfather. Thank you, Derek, for being here. Look at the timing on that. Absolutely love that. And then we have got Operation Texas Strong, Peggy and Bobby Krutzinger, and oh my gosh, are these an amazing couple people, and all their support. They collect used RVs and they fix them up if need be, and then they take homeless veterans off the streets and put them up in these RVs. It's pretty freaking amazing. Give them a check out, give them a shout out. They're down there in Weatherford, Texas. Pretty cool. And then we've got Stephen Rainwater and Jonathan Wills, the Business Growth Engine. These guys got whatever you need technical. Oh my gosh. Marketing, organizing. I don't know. Jonathan's not really accounting, but we like to say thank you very much to these two guys and their support staff as well. Business Growth Engine, Stephen and Jonathan. What an amazing duo. Holy Hannah, you guys, look at all these people. Thank you for being here. I don't want to miss anybody. There's a lot of hellos coming in. Woof. This is exciting, you guys. This is exciting. All right, before I bore you with all the talking, just a great big thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our guests, all of our listeners, new and constant. Thank you so much for being here. Before we dive into this week's show and hear from our guests, we'd like you to take a moment and join us for this amazing version of the amazing. I already said that. It's going to be amazing in case you didn't know. The Star Spangled Banner with Dave Bray, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take the time to stand if you are capable of standing. Out of honor and respect, please remove your covers and prepare yourself how you need to show your greatest gratitude for the amazing freedoms and liberties we have achieved under one of the most powerful symbols in the world. Please cast your attention as we respect our old glory.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Free.
is Sunday, July 5th. Happy birthday, America. We are here for We Got Your 6 at 6.
Just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
And start the engines. We are here, folks. We Got Your 6 at 6. Brought to you by the People's Patriot Project. Thank you for everyone being here. Holy cow. They're all here. Kelly Barrett, good to see you. Thank you. Good. Well, Theory's here. Andrew's been going through them. They're everywhere. Thank you for being here. I'm going to tell you, we are here on a mission. The People's Patriot Project has a mission, but I get to have my little monologue before. I'm going to tell you, yesterday was Independence Day. Happy Tyranny Day, brothers and sisters. Happy Tyranny Day. How bold. 250 years ago, a small group of people said to the largest empire in the world, we've had enough. And we're going to do it our way. And you know what? Our way may not have been the absolute most perfect way, but 250. Now think about this. We've been talking about this for a while. 3 grandfathers, 83 years old, stacked together, puts us at the signing of independence. 3. That's it. We're not that old, folks, and we have grown so much. We've grown so much, and the best is yet to come. That's the amazing part of America. I don't know what it was. I get a little bit emotional during the 4th of July. I don't know why. I mean, I love seeing the red, white, and blue. I love seeing the patriotism. That's the reason why. I do know the reason why. I love seeing for at least a minute a day, a time, everyone raises that old glory, and it seems like everyone is under it for 363 days of the year. I want that. I want it to be every day of the year, folks. We don't need to celebrate Independence Day every day. Even we should, but I want us all to have the same mindset of how special and amazing this is. And I'm going to piss some people off here. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It has nothing to do with color. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with what your favorite football, baseball, what kind of pie you like to eat. It doesn't effing matter. It's that we've had brave men and women lose their lives and other parts of assets so that we can sit and drink and talk and do whatever we want to do. That's what it's about. Thank you, Kelly. United. I think we're closer than we've ever been for a good chunk of time. I'm going to be honest with you. I think we can do this. Come together, build and grow. All right. That's my monologue. That's it. We're going to move forward. We have one more mission because we have so many people here. You all have a job here tonight. But we got to bring Bastian. We got to bring Bastian on so he can share what the mission is for all of us.
At the People's Patriot Project, our mission is more than just words. It's a call to action. Each of us bears the vital responsibility to check your 6. We begin this important journey with a moment of self-assessment. Ask yourself, are you truly mission ready? If the answer is no, don't wait in silence. Reach out. Use your skills. Lean into your resources and connect with your network. Whether you turn to a trusted friend, a supportive organization, or dial 988, remember, you must be battle ready to stand strong for the mission ahead. Once you feel equipped, take that next step. Reach out to 6 people in your circle. Check in on them. No agenda, no judgment, just genuine connection. This is how we build strength, shield one another, and serve our communities with pride. Together, we reaffirm our commitment. We got this. Patriot Pride.
All right, check your 6. That means you take your device, you type in "just thinking about you," checking your 6. Whatever you want to do, you copy, you paste it, you send it into 6 conversations of people that you have in your contact list. Yes, we are veteran and first responder forward. That's what we do. But this is good for everybody. Build those relationships. This is how we're going to save lives, folk. This is what we do. You have a job. Be part of it. If you don't have the time to do this, then don't spin your narrative in the world. Like, oh, I wish I would have reached out one more time. I wish I would have said I love you one more time. Why didn't they reach out to you? That's why we built this. That is why we built this. Reach out to 6 people. It would be amazing if you set this in your calendar and did it every single day. Think how many people we could reach out to. Now, here's the sad part, folks. I don't think we can save them all. Do I want to save them all? I do want to save them all. But doing nothing won't do anything. That's what I know. Yeah, it was the classic. I think they said Michael Jordan said this. You miss 100% of the shots, the shots you don't take. So take a shot. Reach out to 6 of your peers and make a difference. We got the crew here tonight, man. I'm sorry. I'm babbling, but I'm kind of stoked. I'm excited. We got Theory here.
Yo.
Our musician guest. We've had him before. We're going to have him again. He's on WeP3 Radio, and he's going to be after this one because we struggled to get some of his music on there before. There might have been some content stuff in there we had to fix, but we'll get that all fixed up. How you doing, Theory?
I'm fantastic, man. Thank you for having me again. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you guys. So
it's a blessing to have you, man. We're excited to hear more. And then we got JJ Hardy, speaker of Speak Up, Show Up Loud, or Lead. I meant lead. There you go.
But you said it loud, so there
I know. I said I am kind of yelling tonight, am I not? I'm yelling. It's good.
Sheesh.
It just shows the passion. It's okay.
It's like Kevin James. It starts off, let's get those martyrs going. JJ Hardy.
How y'all doing? Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
excited.
Why don't you start the narrative, man? Who are you? What is your service background? And tell us about your mission, brother.
Sure. So who am I? I have a podcast. So I have a show. It's called Speak Up, Show Up, Lead, just like my main book. I do speaking engagements and I teach workshops on leadership. I served in the Army. I medically retired as a warrant officer, CW2. Don't hold it against me. And I live the family life every day, and I try to help as many people out as I can.
That's a great short answer, and I appreciate that. But we have a question here.
Okay.
How has your perspective changed over the years? And that
perspective.
This is Linsock P2K. That's not really a name. So I thanks for being here. I'm going to answer this in the perspective of the People's Patriot Project. How has my perspective changed? My perspective has changed. When we started it, everyone said it was amazing. It's going to do great things, and but I found that people are lazy as hell. That's what I found out. They don't put their money where their mouth is. They want to talk the big game. And no one really puts in investment. I mean, everyone wants the world to be a beautiful place, but no one wants to do the work. They want to sit on their couch, do what they do, drink the Hutu Moto Fruto Lotte, and then they don't engage because it's work. I can't tell you how many people we've brought on to the People's Patriot Project, and we've worked, and we worked for about 3 months. And they can't handle the regiment. and I'm not attacking anyone that's done it, but people, and it's going to sound like I'm calling them lazy. People don't have the time and effort to put into making a difference. And if you want to make a difference, you have to invest your time, period.
I agree.
Agreed.
JJ Hardy. Speak
Yes,
up,
sir.
Lead. That's the book, kind of, even.
Yeah. That's also the name of my book. It's right here. It's on Amazon. I like it. It's actually my story. And it's the leadership lessons that I've learned through my crazy life.
There's so much content in that concept, and it's just, again, I don't know. I've gotten tired of begging people. I've got some people that were trying to work on a project right now, and we need to have a meeting this week, and it's taken no less than 8 emails to find out the time, the when. Well, that's the time, the where, and it's just like, just need to know when we're showing up, folks, because something very important has fallen off the table that needs to be done. So they missed it this year, and we've decided we'll take it over. But again, this isn't about WeP3. This is about JJ Hardy and what he's getting done. And Theory, tell us about your service. Tell us who you are, and tell us about your mission, brother.
Yeah. My name is Ryan. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I served 2010 to 2015. I was an electronic countermeasures technician, so I worked on missile detection, radar systems, heads-up displays, PRQ-7 radios, all those good things that go in the birds. I go by Theory. That's my artist name, TH30RY. I was 30 years old when I started doing music, and that's why the number 30 is in my name. Really, the message is simple. It's a message of hope, a message of hard work and dedication pays off. It's a message of how cruel the world can be to you, and not faltering in the midst of that confrontation with the people in the world who are trying to drag you down from accomplishing your goals and your dreams, and just being able to push through and continue your mission. And if my music can help even one person, then I feel like I've done my job. So I'm going to continue to push forward with it and hopefully make it a worldwide thing.
You're a blessing, brother, man. And your content is on freaking fire.
Thank you.
What are we starting with tonight?
Whichever you'd like. So I just released an album. It's called Crash Landing. It's out on all streaming platforms. Anywhere you stream music, you can check it out. It is the second segment of the sci-fi universe that I've built. I'm obsessed with space. I just think it's fascinating. And I created this little sci-fi universe thing. So this Crash Landing album is actually the sequel to, it's the sequel to my album that came out in November of 2022 titled Me Against the World. I continued this album directly from how that album ended. And basically, long story short, I'm crash landing back down to Earth after being in space because people from Earth started sending me, they were firing projectiles into space at my ship. And the context for that is like the hatred that you get, you know, all the, oh, well, you're in your 30s, you need to stop rapping, you sound too much like this person, and you know, you need to take care of your family, and all that, you know, stuff that I've heard over the years that, you know, everybody gets. And I decided to fire back at them with some songs of my own, and that's what the Me Against the World album is. And at the end of that album, I am shot down and I'm crash landing back down. And so this album is me hitting Earth and going on this journey to rebuild the ship so I can get back up into space, because Earth sucks and the people suck sometimes.
You know, it'd be really neat if you had a character with a bird on his head.
With a bird? What?
This is Frank. This is what Frank does.
I mean, I have a few characters that come in throughout this album. One of the songs that I sent you, it has a skit. So the opening song of the album is very chaotic. The skit is very chaotic, and obviously I'm crash landing down to earth, so it's got to sound crazy and just very, very chaotic. And so the second song, which is Get It On My Own, that's one I sent for you guys to listen to tonight. That has a very short skit at the beginning. It takes place directly after the impact on Earth, and so after the crash, I wake up, and then I go into the song, and then at the end of the song, there's like a 1.5-minute long skit, and basically it introduces a character that follows me throughout the album. So this song, Get It On My Own, will give you a good idea of what to expect with the rest of the album. So,
well, let's roll with that.
Yeah,
this is Get It On My Own by Theory.
Yeah, enjoy.
Eli! Eli! Where the hell am I? Come on, Theory, on your feet. You can't just lay here.
Gotta get it on my own.
Yeah, I'm back in on another level. Couldn't hold me if you tried. Powered up like Goku, Ultra Instinct, I've been redefined. Should've stayed away, apparently they didn't read the signs. Cast me out my paradise, so now I'm out on demon time. All my life I had to keep a grind. Turn me to a monster, bring to life what's in this evil mind. Ain't nobody round to show me what to do, I'll be just fine. Point a middle ring, finger up and read between the lines. Cause it's fuck the other side if you ain't with me. I'm petty with the haters, got me turning into 50. They always sending shots, trying to hit me. Stand my ground, 10 toes down. Wonder how the fuck they ever miss me. Always miss me. Now I'm home, got me in my zone. By time that I show them how I had to go and get it. 7 years independent, gotta get it on my own. Long nights at all my sessions, gotta get it on my own. Had to do this shit myself and it's a blessing. So the message is it's worth it in the end. I gotta
get it on my own, yeah, yeah. Gotta get it on my own. Yeah, this life's a lonely road, but it's all I ever known. Gotta get it on my own.
They thought it was over the moment I dropped, but after the fall, I told them to watch as I pass them again, and I'd still be the first one to get to the top. Y'all ain't about to outwork me, most of y'all rappers are really a marketing pop. But when it comes to the skill of the shit, I'll be killing them quick and outline them in chalk. Hey, that's crazy. Try to keep my composure, but sometimes y'all just make it so hard, I forget y'all just want exposure. So when I'm making moves, you try to keep me inside of a small enclosure. Get in there with me, ride my coattail on the way up before disclosure. You should know it isn't me trapped at you, it's you trapped with me. Don't know why y'all attacking me, but I'm at my best on my back against the ropes. The violence relaxes me. Pressure turned me to a diamond, got me shining. Greatness written in the stars so y'all can watch as they aligning. Pay attention. Now I've landed, everything was damaged, but I turned the wreckage to a throne they never planned it. 20,000 I invested, gotta get it on my own. Self-recording all my records, gotta get it on my own. Had to do this shit myself and it's a blessing. So the message is it's worth it in the end. I gotta
get it on my own, yeah, yeah. Gotta get it on my own. Yeah, this life's a lonely road, but it's all I ever known.
Oh, look at this ship. How the hell am I gonna get this off the ground? Oh, the Rome optics. Shit, where are they? Where are they? I gotta find them. I gotta find them. Come on. Where the fuck are they? Aha! Here they are. Right, place eyewear power on. Got it. Whoa.
Hey Theory, my name is Nova. I'm a visual assistant AI that's been programmed into your Rome optics, and I'm here to help with anything you need. So how can I support you today?
Oh, thank God. All right, well, Nova, can you see what I see right now?
Yes, everything that you see, I can see as well.
Okay, so clearly then you can see the shit show that I'm looking at right now and that my ship is in shambles.
Unfortunately, I do see the shit show.
Yeah, so can you tell me what I need to get it up and running again?
Yeah, take a few steps back so I can scan the crash site.
Okay.
It looks pretty bad, but based on what I see, you'll only need to find a few things.
Oh.
1, carbon. The second, lignin. And the last, copper. With these 3 core elements, you'll be home in the stars again in no time.
All right. Well, thanks, Eli. I mean, Nova. Shit. I'm sorry. Just have it.
No, really, it's okay. I get it. After all, I'm here to help you restore your ship, which also means restoring Eli.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to work.
It looks like you have a long walk ahead of you. The
Yeah.
good news is I still have access to your music library, and I'd love to play something for you if you'd like.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Thanks, Nova. Make sure it's something I can rock to.
I got you.
I think I think that's fire. That is
thank you.
It's crazy. And what's nuts is how important is the mission. We've been here for 312 episodes straight. We have not missed an episode. There's probably about 30 episodes before that. We didn't know that. This is 4th of July weekend. It's Independence Day. I have a boatload of 20-year-old nieces and nephews sitting about 20 yards that way in a pool, and they're playing your music right now as we speak on the loudspeaker outdoors because they're doing the show, which I'm tickled as an uncle. It's a proud papa moment, uncle moment. And they're all fans, man. They're all fans.
That means the world.
I do want to say we are like exploding with guests tonight, or not guests. We got amazing guests, and we do have great guests. We are exploding with people watching the show. And what I'd really like for everyone to do is let us know where you're from. Let us know your state. Let's find out where we're at. And remember, we're here every weekend at 1800 Central Standard Time doing the mission to find a way, A, to take care of our veterans and our first responders, and B, unite this amazing country we're living in. I mean, it's too easy, too easy. Theory, your music is what do you? I said Theory, and Siri thinks I'm talking to her right now.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I hate it.
What is it like when you hear your music being played in the world, and what was that? How's that make you feel?
I mean, so grateful. Sometimes it's even hard to put into words because, you know, when I first started back in 2019, I started doing music as a form of coping with anxiety and stress, and music was that outlet for me. And just seeing how far it's come, and I mean, granted, I have also grown significantly since back in 2019. Obviously, it's been 7.5 years. But you know, I get at such a loss for words when I get people that are like that I've never heard or never met, and they're just like, dude, your music is inspiring me to do whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, one of my friends told me that she's inspired to start painting again, just from listening to my music. And she's like, I appreciate how you're chasing after your dream and your goal, and it makes me want to get back into mine. And that means so much more to me than any kind of, you know, monetary payment or anything like that I could potentially get. So I mean, you telling me that right now, that you got people out on the back, you know, bumping my music right now, it makes me feel very, very good, very appreciative. And I'm just glad that my music's, you know, hitting the world and doing its thing.
Heck, man, I'm in my late 60s, and I still wear black socks with shorts.
Me too.
But I can listen to your stuff all day long, and I don't listen to rap. I was never been a fan, but the first time I heard you, it was all different. I
get that a lot. I get that a lot because, you know, the type of, you know, and I don't want to speak on everybody because obviously, you know, every artist is different, and music is expression and it's art. And, you know, art is very subjective. So there are people that like the current state of music and the things that are coming out, and there are people that don't like the current state of music and where it's going. It's again all subjective, but I feel like I get it a lot from the older generations and the older crowd, more specifically because I'm actually saying something in my music. You can understand what I'm saying and articulating it well, and I am saying something with a meaning behind it. And,
well, you drop a couple bombs every now and then, but they fit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not because, every other word you got to say something.
Yeah.
But yours fit into what you're saying, and it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I try to dial that back. Believe me, because now, as of last weekend, your boy is on FM radio here in Kentucky. So I had the pleasure of doing a radio interview and a live performance on WXOX 97.1 FM here in Louisville, and they spin my music every week now, and it was very difficult to do the live performance with songs that I cuss in and having to replace those words that I cuss without like actually doing it. I was sweating, and I don't sweat, and I was sweating thinking that I'm going to drop an F-bomb or something live on the radio, and they're going to be like, "Get out, like don't ever come back here." So I was super nervous, but I did it, and it was great. But I try to dial that back just because I want to get to the point where I'm a little more family friendly also, because sometimes some of the songs, don't really make the cut. But at the same time, music is your art. It's your expression, and it's how I express myself. And if I want to say the F word a couple times in my song, so be it.
Well, that was a conversation we had after your first episode with us. I was like, love your content, buddy. And I have zero complaints about the message. I have zero complaints about the world, but we're affiliated and partnered with other organizations like Reads Across America. Yeah. And they're like, you can't, we go terrestrial and we can't have that stuff on and I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
How do we fix that? Tonight they're going to have a fit about our show, and that's okay. I don't have a problem putting our show out there. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. Never be sorry. I think we spend too much time. My first message of the show, I think we spend too much time being sorry for things that are actually meaningful, purposeful, and making a difference. And we're making excuses for ourselves so other people can placate what their message is. And I don't give a crap about what they think.
Yeah, it's the whole politically correct thing. It's like trying to be politically correct in a generation where everybody's so sensitive. And as an artist who does music and who sometimes can talk about controversial things, like I actually had a song that didn't make the cut for the album. It was originally going to be on the album. The song is called what is it? I Don't Apologize, and don't was in parentheses. And basically, I was talking about some very touchy subjects as far as, the current state of the country and the certain movements and lifestyles and things like that I just don't agree with, because I feel your music is your platform. It's your, your beliefs and your opinions and put into a song, and it can be relatable to some, it can be not relatable to others, but I think it needs to spark some kind of discussion sometimes with some of the songs that an artist puts out that's going to make people feel uncomfortable and make them think. That's the problem that I feel like a lot of people have this time around with this generation, is they don't think about things the way that we used to. And as an artist who has a platform that can be worldwide, I feel it's my duty, as well as every other artist in the world, and my responsibility to be able to ask those tough questions and to say those tough things, and to keep that belief of the First Amendment, where your freedom of speech and whatever you want to say, as long as I'm not hurting anybody, then what do you care?
Well, I mean, we could go really deep in this conversation, and I don't know if it's the right time or place to do it, and maybe it is, I don't know, but there's a time and place for everything. And I don't think here's my opinion, I don't think they should take your music and throw it into a church service and start playing it during church.
No.
And I don't think they should take your music and throw it into the middle school and say, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Time and place. But that also needs to be accounted for in other spaces and places.
Absolutely.
Like everything that we talk about, the stuff that comes up on the news, time and place.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate. Should kids be involved? Should we be doing that? I do think that conversation does need to be had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my daughter is 10 years old, and I had an album release show the 12th, because my album, the Crash Landing album, dropped on the 13th of June. And I had an album release show on the night before, and my daughter and Berserk's daughter, my roommate and another really talented artist that I also work with, both of our daughters are 10 years old, and they're front and center at the stage. I don't shield my daughter from that kind of language. I don't shield my daughter from, any of those. Now, granted, I watch what she watches and like what she does and things that she interacts with. Of course, any good, responsible parent would do that. But as far as like cussing and all that, like, I don't care. You're going to hear it anywhere. Like, you should hear some of the stuff that some of these kids are saying nowadays. So it's like, I'm not going to be worried if my daughter hears me say the F word or the B word in any of my music, because these other 10-year-old kids that are in 4th, 5th grade with her are all saying the same stuff when their parents aren't around.
But I bet you're having those conversations with your daughter time and place as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, I also make other music as well. Not every single song. Like one of the songs that we're going to play tonight that called All By Myself, I don't cuss at all in that song. I think I say hell, but I think I say it in a context where it's not necessarily a cuss word, but it's a radio friendly song. And so is Floating. I believe I sent you Floating as well, featuring Binks. He's another very good friend of mine and a very talented artist. But yeah, I mean, those other 2 songs that you'll be playing tonight, they are radio friendly. They could be played in a church service, or, my wife's 80-year-old grandmother, 79-year-old grandmother loves All By Myself. But then my 80-year-old grandfather, my stepdad's dad, loves Freak Show. And if you've not heard that song, it's a total turn up song and about, turning the club into a freak show. And we talk about all sorts of crazy stuff. And it's like, he's 80 years old and he's like, play Freak Show every time I go visit home in Chicago. So it's like, there's such a dynamic of different listeners and everybody likes what they like. And that's what I love about music, is that it's so diverse with the reactions that you'll get. Like when I played my very first show back home in Chicago last year in August, I had the owner, who's in his 70s, the owner of the bar that I was at, and we sold out the venue. It was nut to butt in that venue. And it was amazing. And the owner of the venue came up to me after I was done performing and was like, I don't listen to rap music. This is the first rap show that we've had at this venue. Usually it's like guys on acoustic guitars that just set up a little amp and they play. But you were incredible. And they just asked me to come back this September for another show. So, it's just so diverse, and it's the message can be received in so many different ways, as long as your intentions are pure, I think, and people can read that. So as long as your intentions are pure with what you're doing, I think that's going to go a long way. And having the public platform with social media and everything, if you're giving enough about yourself and you're letting people in the world know who you are and the type of person that you are, if they know that you're not a complete asshole, if they know that you're not a complete, jerk, then I think that also can carry you a long way, because people want to support a good, authentic, and kind-hearted person.
Well, what I would say about you as well, my son's a fanboy for you, buddy. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the day you released your Crash Landing album, he did a post on his and tagged you, and then you made it your story. And he was just jumping around everywhere. He was like, "Yo, Theory, put my post as his story."
Yeah, dude, and I want you to tell your son this. Like, I'm so serious. Like, when I saw that post on TikTok, I almost cried. Like he was somebody, you know, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and she's too cool for dad, right? Very supportive, of course, but you know, she's still too cool for dad, you know. So her and all her friends, you know, oh, my dad does music, that's really cool, but like, dad, you're weird, you know, whatever. So it's like, you know, all that, but at the same time, when I saw your son's post, I was like, somebody who's around that similar, you know, sort of age group, posting on a public platform for everybody in the world to see that they think that I am the best artist of 2026 and that, you know, I'm super talented, and he's plugging me with my music. Like, that made me almost tear up, man. So tell him thank you from the bottom of my heart, man.
You deserve it. And actually, your music, because there's a generational divide with what we like, we both dig your stuff, and so we sit around jamming that quite often. So,
dude, I love it, man. I'm here for it.
Keep making good stuff.
JJ, is your son in the space?
Say again?
Is your son in the space?
He wants to be a content creator. I would
Well,
allow
like, is
him
he in your space right now?
Oh, he's upstairs. I could probably mute it real quick and have him come down and say hi if that's what you're getting at.
I think that'd be cool for him.
I'd love it. Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Yeah, that's so cool. I remember seeing that post, and I was just I was at a loss for words, and I was laying next to my wife when I saw that video, and I was like, who is this? And then I was like, oh, that's JJ's kid.
Do you know JJ?
Oh yeah. I was on his show a while back too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had connected. He's a great guy.
Folks, just so you know, none of this is planned. We do a live show every week. We just put guests in. We don't plug them in. We don't do it for a reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. And this kind of reaction and this kind of interaction is what I live for with the music. Like I love creating these kind of relationships and just being that glow in somebody's eye where it's just like, oh my God, because I remember seeing all these other artists that are local here, but at the time when I first started, I was looking at them like they were local celebrities, man. They were larger than life. And now that I'm kind of in that same space where it's like somebody who meets me is like, I had to give the shirt. I had a Theory shirt on. I gave it off my back to a kid because he was like, I want to buy a shirt, but I don't have any money. And I was like, here you go. I took the shirt off my back and I gave it to him, and I signed a piece of paper for him. And I walked out shirtless.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And by the way, he's coming. He had like a 16-year-old would around the house. He was running around without a shirt on, playing video games with his friends. So he's putting a shirt on and coming over here.
What up?
Oh, there he is.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Your dad was talking about you.
He really appreciated that post you did on when his album release came out.
Yeah, dude. I
like
appreciate it. Big time, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. It means more than you will ever know. So I'm hoping that the music that I continue to make is going to continue to have that same kind of effect for you. And I just uploaded a song to be released July 31st called Dark Matter, and nobody in the world has heard it except the people that are in the walls of my studio. So I'm going to send it to your dad, and I will give you a sneak peek tonight.
Oh, for real?
No, for fake.
By the way, everybody, this is Joel.
It's good to officially meet you, bro.
Yeah, I was like listening to your music, and I'm just like, why are there very little people listening to this? I don't know. So I had to post because I only saw like 40, 50, some have like 60, maybe even 70. And I'm just listening to the music, and I'm like, this is like really good. And I don't see that many people listening to it. And that's just like, a lot more people have been listening to it lately, but
yeah, it's been growing. And I mean, really, so there's a quote that I saw. I follow a very, very talented producer. His name's Kato on the Track. He's a huge producer. He's produced for a ton of really big names. And he had a hat, and on this hat that he made, it was a message, and it said, "Overnight success is 10 years in the making." And that spoke to me big time, because as an independent artist, as a music artist in general, for about 99.8% of the people who do music and get into the music industry do not get famous right away. They don't, put out one viral song and all of a sudden, they're floating in millions a week later. It can happen that way. It has happened that way in the past before, but it doesn't happen like that for 99.8% of the people who do music. And especially when you're someone who's independent and, I write my own music. I record my own music in this studio. I mix my own music. I master my own music. I make my own beats, or I get my beats made from a friend of mine. So it is literally from the ground up built all by me and those around me. So it's like, it's going to take time, and it's been growing a lot. Like you said, it used to be 50, 60, 70 people. Now I'm sitting at just under 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. It's kind of plateaued there. And before Crash Landing hit, I was only at 185, 180 monthly listeners. So it's growing and growing, and we're going to continue to keep pushing as I continue to make more content, more music.
Well, he's a frequent flyer. He puts his speaker around his neck, his Bluetooth speaker, and runs around the house bumping your music. I just want to let you know.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Well, I what's up?
At work, I put like the first day your album was out, I had like a 10-hour shift. So like a whole shift, I just replayed your album.
Dude, that's so lit. Well, I'm very, very happy that you've become, a fan of mine, and it means again more to me than you will ever know, man. So again, I hope that I can continue to make music that's going to resonate with you and that you enjoy. That's my goal. And I hope one day that I inspire you to do whatever it is that you're doing, man, whether that be music or any kind of art, whatever your dream or goal is, man. Take it from me. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can not do it, ever.
I appreciate that. On that,
you give them the finger and you go away.
All right. Anyway, have a great one, guys.
All right, man. It was nice to meet you. Your dad's gonna give you that song tonight. As soon as the podcast is over, I'll send it to him in an email and he'll give it to you. Do not leak that song anywhere, though.
Okay, I won't.
I have to preface that. You too, man. I have to preface that because I've had that happen where I've sent somebody a song that was not out yet and they blared it all over freaking Facebook, and I was like, no.
Nah,
Thanks for doing that, JJ.
Of course.
Yeah,
well, he deserved his moment in the spotlight too. I think
of course
he's been asking if we can if Theory ever comes on my show again, can he come on the show for a couple minutes and hang out, and do that. So that
I'd love to.
I'll be hearing about that for the rest of the night.
Where are you living at, JJ?
I live in Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah, next time you go to Chicago, you need to let me know, and we might be able to do a road trip.
Well, I'm still confirming details, but early September seems to be the likely option for that show. And I will keep you posted on it. But if you are able to make it, that would be awesome. You don't even have to worry about a ticket. I got you.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
What's the date of that, Theory?
Possibly, we're looking at September 5th. I know it's over Labor Day weekend, so there might be a little bit of a travel, issue with people who are going in and out of town and whatnot. But I'm going to try to work it on Labor Day weekend. But if not, then I'll talk to the owner and see what the next available date that they have is, because I know they got music. I think music artists and live performances scheduled up through November. So I'm not sure how much time they have open for me to do it, but I will definitely keep you posted.
Yeah, he's
hey man, if you need a driver, I'm kind of familiar with the area up there.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago, so
yeah, me too.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Southside, brother.
I'm from Wrigleyville.
I love the Cubs.
I'm a diehard.
I just grew
Cubs
up on the South Side.
I'm about to get myself a Cubs tattoo here soon.
Hey, hold on a second.
Why would you do that? You know that they're moving, right?
They're wait.
Not the
Not the Cubs, the Bears.
Not the
They're
Cubs.
talking about the Bears
So
moving.
the Bears are moving.
No way. The Bears, they're
Cubs are
talking about the
moving.
Bears moving to
No,
Indiana.
the Cubs
No,
aren't.
the Cubs are moving. I just got the news yesterday.
So what? Will
Yeah.
there be no more teams? What's going on? Are the
Where
Bulls
the hell
going
are
to
the
move
Cubs
too?
moving?
They're going to Indiana.
That's the Bears.
Are you sure you're not talking about the Chicago Bears?
So a Cubs fan told me yesterday.
Oh, he
maybe
was
they got
smoking
it.
crack.
They were sitting in my pool and they're like all mad because they're wearing red, white, and blue. And I said, yeah, the outfit looks great except for the damn Cubs shirt. And then she goes, don't talk to me about it. They're moving to Indiana. I'm like, okay, whatever.
He might be confused. I know the Bears, they're talking about moving the Bears to Indiana, but if the Cubs were to move to Indiana.
Let's get some fact checking done.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you know what it says right here? MLB on facts. Chicago Cubs announced plans to relocate to Wisconsin.
Oh, what the?
What?
No way.
That's
what
dumb.
are they going to do? What are they going to do with Wrigley Field then? That's a historical landmark.
They are not moving.
Yeah, I see
If they
about
move,
5 different sites here that say something different.
If they move, I'm rioting. I will drive to Chicago and I will incite a riot.
If they moved, they would lose all the fans
They would
from
lose
different
so
cities that support them right now.
And not only that, but the Chicago Cubs probably give a lot of money to the city of Chicago as far as, you know, what they can bring to the table, because they don't just have Cubs games, you know, baseball games at Wrigley Field. You know, I saw concerts at Wrigley Field.
They just did the outdoor hockey game there last year.
Yeah, they do concerts there. They do sporting events there. They do all sorts of stuff there. So, I mean, I know Wrigley Field is – I can't imagine what else they would use it for. It's a freaking baseball diamond. But, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of upsetting. I hope that doesn't happen.
Sorry to share that news with you, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to share that news with you.
Dang it.
Well, you guys are going to see me moping around for the rest of the podcast.
Well, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I just know that Chicago is a little less than 6 hours away from our space, so that would be a reason for us to do a little road trip. It's the perfect time of year, let's get it done, man.
Come on, man. I welcome everybody. You know, I had people drive to the show that I played because I had never performed back home until last year, and I had people driving from like Indiana. I had people driving from Wisconsin, and they were just coming for the show, man. And it was so amazing. And, you know, I sold a bunch of my merch. So shout out to Got Your Six Culture from, you know, Matt Johnson from Triple Threat Bets podcast. All the guys at Triple Threat Bets, Al and Ty as well. But Matt makes my merch. So
I got a question for you, man.
What's up?
In the picture, it shows a CD.
Yeah.
With the name on it.
Yeah.
Do you have your stuff on CDs?
So I do. I can make CDs. It's just I'm doing it in a really ghetto way right now.
I don't care. It could be pirated, and it's see,
well,
there you
it basically is. So I'm burning. I bought a CD burner because my MacBook doesn't have a disc insert, so I had
None
to buy
of them do anymore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I had to buy a external CD burner, and I'm burning CDs, and I've been shipping them out to people who have bought them.
If you send me a CD, I'll send you a book.
I'm so okay with that. Let's do it.
All right.
We'll get together.
Afterward.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll get together after the show and we'll exchange some info for addresses and whatnot. I'll get it in the mail. I won't be able to do it this week because I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone for 10 days. I'm going to North Carolina with the family. We're gonna.
Well, you're gonna drive right past.
Am I?
West by God, Virginia.
We're not going through West Virginia though. We're going through Tennessee.
I was just there 3 weeks ago.
Or Tennessee?
West Virginia.
Oh, okay. What were you there for?
Oh, I got the privilege of helping a friend build a 10-foot tall block wall using FEMA blocks. So we get to dig out a quarter of a hill and then put FEMA blocks up and flatten it back out again after fill it back up.
I thought you were going to say a still.
A still?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? When we were digging out his hill, we found plumbing and everything else for an old still spot in the side of the hill. We did.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not. I was going to say I'm not surprised either.
It was pretty cool. We did destroy it.
Thank you, Nick. By the way, I see some of the comments. I can't see all of them, but Nick Ayton F7Y on the YouTube comment. Thank you for your comment about wishing my success. I appreciate it.
Yeah, when I get that CD, all my neighbors are gonna love me.
I hope they do. I know that Floating is the #1 song on the album right now. It's the most streamed song on the album. So shout out to Binks, man. He is a bigger artist I've worked with. He has a lot bigger of a platform, lot bigger fan base. He's been doing it for a very long time, but he's worked with a lot of really amazing artists and really big artists throughout his very successful career. And he is a mentor for me. He's a very good friend to me. And I remember listening to his music before I had ever met or talked to him or featured on a song with him. And I was a fan before any of that. So being able to turn that into me collaborating with him for a song that I did called Lost and Loveless that came out years back. It was our first collaboration, and continuing over the last 3 years, a good friendship, and it's blossomed into something really awesome. He's just such a great guy. So shout out to him, man, for featuring on that song with me and being on the album.
The train is off its tracks, but it's amazing stuff, amazing content, amazing conversation, amazing things going on. So we may alter a little bit from our format tonight, which is okay, because we've gotten the first question done, and it's taken us 1 hour and 6 minutes, and that's okay. JJ Hardy, what are you working on right now, brother?
Well, I'm writing my next book. I am getting ready to plan a small local podcast tour. I've talked to a few people, and I might be doing some lives with a few of the local businesses over here. You know, I talk about leadership, so that's going to be a fun thing. And those are the two biggest things that I'm working on. Plus, you know, I got to have the privilege yesterday of, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the club Kiwanis or not. They did their annual pancake breakfast for the 4th of July, and I got to help them with that. So, I mean, enough to keep me busy over here. Plus, we're still recovering. A couple of weeks ago, my basement flooded, and so we're having to clean up after that. And so I'm trying to mix in, you know, fixing that situation as well.
Sorry to hear that, man. But congrats on the positive things that are going.
Building back, brother. Build it back.
Yeah.
Oh, always. I'm always building something.
So tell me what is your conversation and content for your podcast?
So it's exactly the way you introduced it. I do resilience and leadership. I actually do 2 conversations a week. Well, one conversation every week. One is every other week. But I do one with Vic where we read books and we talk about the leadership lessons in those books. And then the other one I do is with Chris Pinkowski, and we talk about just organizational leadership stuff. We try to help the people that are in management positions and stuff like that out there, or if they own a business and, you know, they have people working underneath them. A lot of people go straight from just like when you get promoted for the first time to a leadership position at work. You know, when you start a business, sometimes you have absolutely no experience, you know, having other people working for you. And if you start a business where that's something you do, there's a lot that you need to know. And so that's what we talk about on that one. And then I every once in a while, I'm building up those guests again, and Andrea and I will be talking about that probably here in a few days, but I'm bringing guests back on every Wednesday again, and I'm starting to build that up. And we talk about what people are doing, and we bring in a leadership topic and talk about what's passionate to them, whether it's on an individual leadership or an organizational leadership level.
I appreciate everyone's effort, and I'm not trying to stir the pot here. I really am not, but I've grown a little bit weary of everyone that thinks that they can put on a successful podcast, and that everyone wants to build one. And I can't tell you how many podcasts we've been involved with that they're in, and there's no consistency. There's no time factor. And then they turn around and they change the variable of what their content is, or they just disappear and then they come back and try another. And I'm just like, you're hurting. It's kind of like muddying the waters with support organizations for veterans and first responders, because again, consistency is the piece. Do I want to be here? And this is going to sound terrible. Do I want to be here every Sunday at 1800, actually 1700 Central Standard every week? I get tired. I get worn out. But we tried one weekend about 5 years ago. We weren't going to do an episode. And it wasn't that we weren't going to do an episode. We just came off a 2-day event and we were out of gas. We were done. And I looked at Andrea and I'm like, I don't know if I can make it till tonight, man. And I don't know if we're going to get it done. Let me call the guests and we'll cancel. Called the guests and we canceled. Well, I'm still shimmying RVs to places. We still had guests that came to us for this event, and I had a nonprofit from Puerto Rico staying at my house at that time, and we were doing all these things. And I got home, and I was like, I hit the couch, and I was out. And the next thing I know, someone was shaking my big toe, and they're like, your podcast is launched for the night. And I'm like, what? So and that was like back in the day when my pager went off when I was a firefighter. I was like, okay, let's go. Well, unbeknownst to me, everyone was emailing Andrea and saying, hey, where's the show? Why are you guys not on tonight? What are you doing? So Andrea launched it. And I'm like, I come on. I'm like, what is going on? Getting the sleep out of my eyes. And it showed us how important it was for us to be here.
Yeah.
And so
you know what? Everyone from Texas and Alabama, they didn't know that we just came off a 4-day event that the two of us, with some help, ran. And so they're like, you guys, where are you? You're late. What are you doing? And I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I awake? And so we just went and did it, and it was good.
It was a blessing. And it told us there's a value in what we're doing, and there's a value in our content, and people expect us to be here every weekend at 1800 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
Well,
you do have to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
Well, you do have to stay consistent. I've gotten to the point where I have anywhere between 50 and 300 people show up every time I go live. And I remember, gosh, even less than a year ago where, I would go live and I might have, if I have anybody show up at all, maybe 1, 2. There was one time I had 10 people show up on my live, and after it was done, I was just jumping up and down. I was so excited about it. But you're right. You have to keep on going live. That's why I treasure my shows with Chris, and I treasure the show that I have, the episodes that I do with Vic, is because we do those either every other week with Chris or every week with Vic. And, people are kind of like, well, what's the next chapter in the book, or with Chris, because it's advertised, what topic are you guys talking about this time? So you're right. It doesn't matter what we have going on the day before or the day of, they expect to see you, and they'll email you, or they'll start, messaging you, or whatever the case may be, if you don't start showing up.
Well, go ahead.
So I just to touch on that, it's kind of a two-parter. I'll keep brief though. So first and foremost, to touch on what both of you guys are saying, I wholeheartedly agree that the consistency is the key, because not only is that going to help your platform grow, but that also both of you guys with those instances that people are hitting you up like, hey, where are you guys? That just shows you how many people that tune in who might need, that might be their relief at the end of the week, you know, or at the beginning of the week, or whatever the case may be, for them to be like, oh, this is a nice little, you know, they might need you and your show. You know, you might be the most, you know, important part of that person's week, or the most positive, you know, most positive part of that person's week. So that's a blessing first and foremost. But number two, to kind of be on the other side of that same coin. And as a music artist, I feel like I have a lot of pull, well, not pull, but like more relatability with it too, is because the fans and the people who support you also can be very demanding. And we, as the artists and the content creators, need to be able to establish that boundary, that healthy boundary, where it's like, yes, they expect us to show up and do what we do, but also most people are not going to understand that you guys just came from a 4-day, you know, trip and you're tired. So as those content creators and artists and whatever it is that you're doing, that those people feel that connection with, we have to maintain that healthy boundary to be able to take care of ourselves first. Because if we can't do that, we're, you know, just like they teach us in the military, you're no good to anybody when you're flat down, you know, dead to the world. So you need to take care of yourself. That's the whole reason why in airplanes they tell you, you know, put your own mask on first and help yourself before you start helping all these other people. Because how good am I going to be helping other people get their oxygen masks on if I'm sitting there dead from, you know, strangulation or not strangulation, from a, you know, asphyxiation. I said strangulation. Hopefully nobody's strangling me on an airplane. But yeah, it's that balance. You got to be able to find that balance of understanding that people need you, but also they need to understand, and you need to accept the fact that they might not understand that you also have to take care of yourself and your mental health and your physical health first. And sometimes that might cut into their time.
You know, I actually struggled with that for a while, and thank goodness that all these platforms that are out there, StreamYard, Streamlabs, Riverside, they allow you to do those pre-recorded lives. So what I do to counteract that is we'll meet on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever time we have available, and we'll do it. I'll download it and then I'll upload it as a pre-recorded live, and I'll even advertise it that way. That way the show goes on and we don't have to be there on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have that ability.
Absolutely. It helps for sure.
That's another conversation. We absolutely adore the live, and we've committed to that, and we're going to stick with it. Not that what you're doing is wrong. The genuine conversations that we get to have because of the actual live, because we get to talk with some of them that are doing it. And if it's I think we did one time tried to launch a recorded one, and I was just like, I like the genuine part of the conversations,
the in the moment sort of thing.
Yeah,
for sure. There's definitely a different energy with that live versus a pre-recorded.
And there's been times where some of us have had to leave the show, so to speak, to deal with people that are directly reaching out to us for support at that moment. And so, I mean, we're doing that too. I mean, we're scanning social media the entire time while we're on the show, and we're seeing if there's any stinking thinking out there, and that what supports we need to put out there. And so that's I don't know. It's been successful for us. We're sticking with it. Someone might be able to talk me out of it someday, but
if it's working, then do what you do, man. Yes, sir.
What are you working on now? You got a new song coming out. We got that preview tonight. What do you got going else?
Yes. I don't have the song previewed for you guys.
No, not that.
So
but you just telling us it's coming. That's
actually. Yeah. So I have a podcast that I started with Berserk. One of my very close friends. He's like a brother to me. He's my roommate, and he's also a very talented artist. But we started our own podcast just for, fun, for us to generate more content, you know, sort of push more people towards our music, and also just to talk, you know, maybe, you know, shed some light on some things that we've been through as independent artists, and maybe help the other independent artist community, and just grow a following that way too, and try to differentiate the avenues, or have different avenues of approach for how we reach people, versus, you know, music versus podcasting. But we started that, and it's been fun. We have our first episode coming on Wednesday, just being goofy, being funny, talking about really raunchy jokes and like just funny shit. So, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. We both thoroughly enjoy watching podcasts, you know, and we're both very big comedy fans, stand-up comedy fans. So we're taking a page out of multiple different books, and we're trying to have some fun with it. But other than that, I mean, I got a vacation coming up with the family for the first time in a couple years, because my wife and I are going to celebrate 4 years married and 13 years together this year, this month. So thank you. So we usually go in July, at the end of July, for a vacation for our anniversary. And we go to Atlantic Beach in North Carolina, and we get a little beachside hotel. But we are going tomorrow, and we're going to be gone from the 6th to the 16th. And I'm looking forward to that. We've had that planned since March. We got the hotel and reserved it in March. So we're both really looking forward to it. We couldn't go last year because my wife's brain surgeries and her recovering and all that. So, you know, thankfully now she's on some new medication for her seizure medication, and she's doing way better than we could have ever expected. So I'm very, very thankful, and we're blessed to have that. So we get to go this year, and I'm looking forward to having some beachside non-alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic beers that I'm buying, and enjoying the ocean and the sand, and some alone time with the wife, and hanging out.
That first one airs tomorrow, right?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday. Yeah, we do pre-recorded episodes for right now. Most of the episodes we've agreed to keep them pre-recorded. But that's because it's a different type of podcast. It's not like what, you know, all of you guys do. It's more along the lines of just like an enjoyment podcast, and like informational podcast, and something to hopefully generate some inspiration for people, and maybe some insight onto, you know, what they're doing. There's a ton of crazy stories that we both have as artists and just as people, you know, our past, and talking about that and just trying to relate to everybody. And yeah, that'll come out every Wednesday. We're gonna do it, and actually after this podcast is over, he and I are gonna record episode 2, so that way he can edit it and upload it for next Wednesday's release. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think people are gonna find a lot of enjoyment out of it. Hopefully it's a nice little, you know, hump day midweek, get you through, you know, through the rest of your week sort of feel, with some laughs and some goofy moments. And we're just hoping to be able to provide that entertainment for people.
What song you want to roll with now, brother?
Do All By Myself. All By Myself is it's a different one. It speaks about me feeling like I'm in my own head a lot. You know, again, music being my outlet for my anxiety and my stress. Even now, you know, obviously I've grown a lot and improved a lot about my stress and my anxiety since I started doing music in 2019. But, you know, I still feel like I get in my head, and sometimes I just kind of feel like it's more peaceful that way. And so being all by myself isn't always such a bad thing. So this song is a touch on that.
This is Theory with All By Myself.
Crank it up.
Yeah. Been all alone inside of my head, thinking about the time that I spent separated from reality that I dread. I'm worried I ain't got got no fight left. And that's unhealthy for me, I guess. But solitude to me is priceless. Understand that it's the only time I fight stress. And I don't wanna talk about it, I just wanna live my life. Can't nobody tell me how to feel. Under so much pressure, don't know how to deal. Recognize I gotta take the time to heal the pain, anxiety in my brain, but no, it won't go away. And life been coming at me fast like a million miles a minute. Tell me take it day by day, but I don't know where to begin it. Then I get too overwhelmed, take me to another realm. I just wanna be at peace, tired of living in this hell. I really need silence, it's just how my mind gets. Hiding from the world when it gets too loud. Finally feel like I can breathe when no one's around. I needed to find rest, been stuck in that mindset. I see the bigger picture from above the clouds. Life is better when I'm out all by myself. There's peace in the stillness to guard my soul. Too many people in the world of chaos, I decided to let it go. So I look to the light and let it show the path in which I'm supposed to go. 'Cause it's quiet inside on my mind, and combined with the fact that I'm blind to the times of the pain. 'Cause I'm shielding my eyes, I'm aligned with the stars outlined in the sky, I'm alive. I've been drifting in my own lane, maybe that's the reason why I haven't felt so crazy. I'd rather be alone than where all that pain be. Cruising, making music, don't want nobody to save me. So let me be, let me recollect my energy. Weary of the ones who try to drain it, they your enemy. Keep away from all the noise, 'cause it'll be the death of me. Tell you what I really need silence. It's just how my mind gets. Hiding from the world when it gets too loud. Finally feel like I can breathe when no one's around. I needed to find rest, been stuck in that mindset. I see the bigger picture from above the clouds. Life is better when I'm out all by myself. Felt like I was trapped inside a cage. The world would have me paranoid from all the bitter rage that the people would all display from the comfort behind a screen, which would turn into violent acts fueled by disagreements and hate. Division and racism constantly pushed in our face, while the ones we supposed to trust to improve our lives only say that the other side is at fault and they causing all of the pain that we feeling. But we forget we all part of the human race, so we pray and look to God for some guidance. Yet there's still doubt in mind, questioning his love, and in that regard there's no doubt in mine. We need to understand that life is truly precious and stand together and trust that there's always a better route to find. But till that day I'ma choose to just be alone and remove myself from the ugliness circulating the globe. I find solace in isolation. I wish that I would have known that being in my own world would be where I'd find my throne. I really need silence, it's just how my mind gets. Hiding from the world when it gets too loud. Finally feel like I can breathe when no one's around. I needed to find rest, been stuck in that mindset. I see the bigger picture from above the clouds. Life is better when I'm out all by myself.
That is Theory.
Yes, sir.
All by myself.
You know what? I like that. I slowed it down a little bit. It was very kind of calming, actually. It was good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one's one of my wife's favorites, and one of mine also. It's another top played song according to the metrics on Spotify and Apple Music. So I'm very, very glad that song is being received the way that I intended it to be.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh, JJ, you got a mic. We lost JJ's mic.
Oh, that's because I muted it. It was distorting it because it was playing into my soundboard too.
Oh.
I cranked it up.
Hey.
And I had to make sure I turned it down so not everybody was yelling at me when you came back on.
What'd you have to say, brother? You were telling us something, JJ.
Oh, no. I thought that was excellent. But then again, that's not the first time I've heard it. I've subscribed to your playlist on Spotify. So,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll get that up too.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It's a good one. I needed to provide some diversity with the album. didn't want it all to just be like intense, in your face bars, you know, rap. I wanted to kind of get a little sentimental and get a little soft and give the album some variety. So it's a nice little switch up. I have a whole section in the album where it's kind of, you know, with the album being the way that it is, it's a story driven album. Like I said, it's part of my sci-fi universe that I've built. And, you know, if you listen to the album from beginning to end, you'll understand the story, and each song was placed very strategically in that order to follow along the story. So that All By Myself song is the second song in the softer kind of bring the mood and the energy down a little bit to bring you on my level and get you in my head. And then I start to kind of go back up and hit them at the end with a couple of real intense bangers. It's a roller coaster.
Everyone listening right now, go there. The Spotify link is right there. Go do a follow right now, man. That's how this works. That's how it makes it all simple, and this is what it does. And I greatly appreciate it also, because a lot of us are listening on YouTube right now, and I appreciate it. Instagram's got a bunch of following right now. I'd also appreciate it if you would go to the People's Patriot Project YouTube channel, which is up right now. And go do a subscription to that real quick. And if we can get a few listeners and followers in that space, that'd be absolutely frickin' amazing. Frank, so I do want to introduce Frank here. Frank is he's our news expert. He is retired Army, graduated from the little tiny Army Academy, West Point. You know, no accolade there. Anyone can go to that. No, that's not true. Not anyone can go there. But then had it's like working at Quick Trip. He also had a job at the Pentagon, and so he retired from the Pentagon. And so, you know, again, it's like a Walmart greeter. No, that's not true either. Not at all. And now he's putting all of his stuff, his experiences to pen as an author, and is an award-winning author out there in the world. And he normally does what we call our WeP3 news segment every weekend. And I absolutely hate it, because we end up cutting some time, because that's what we have to do sometimes. Frank is always the one that falls on the sword during that time. And so, Frank, we value you here. And
this is too good. I can talk about giraffes and stuff anytime.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that one. Let's do that one, Frank. Let's do the giraffe one.
All right. I'll make it fast.
All right.
We got a part of the news that we call "I Can't Believe This Really Happened," and this one is in one of my favorite states, Texas. And it just so happens they have a bunch of exotic animal places there. Like, they're not really zoos, but they're ranches, and they have exotic animals, and they bring people in to see them. So this one person called Cedar Hollow Ranch in the Texas Hill Country, they have a property about 100 miles west of San Antonio. And they had a very neat animal there. They had a giraffe. And this giraffe was a 3-year-old giraffe, so it was full grown. And somehow the giraffe named Gracie got loose, and they couldn't find her. You know, and this is the part. Only in Texas could a probably 20-foot tall animal get free and nobody can find it.
Kind of hard to miss a giraffe.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Everything's bigger in Texas. That must not be big enough.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they don't call it the hill country for nothing. And so there was claims that somebody had seen it, but I hadn't gotten anything back saying that that had actually happened. But
That's so crazy.
I've told stories about raccoons, turtles, squirrels. This is the first giraffe story we had, and it's funny because I was stationed down in San Antonio twice, and the hill country is called the hill country for a reason, and even a 20-foot giraffe could wander off and nobody can find it.
No one find it. That's insane.
I don't know how this is possible. I think it's an inside job. I'm just going to say it's an inside job because
it's got to be.
I think somebody filled up a few freezers.
Yeah. Well,
wait! I just Googled it. Guess what?
They found it.
She was found on June 26th during an aerial helicopter search. She looked fat and happy before vets worked on her to safely capture her and relocate her back home.
Safe from the freezers.
Well,
yeah.
And what's crazy is I was pretty sure that, I mean, I don't want to call anyone out, but we had a couple of guests on our show a couple of weeks ago, and I think maybe the giraffe took a vacation. I think he was hanging out at the Barnside Brotherhood. I think they were hanging out with those guys for a minute. What I can't find is I actually saw footage of them actually riding the giraffe.
Riding her.
Yeah. I was trying to find that part, but I'm not finding it right now. But
Well,
as soon as I find it,
if a giraffe got loose where I lived and grew up, there'd be about 30 giraffe coats and 60 giraffe purses going out for sale.
Yeah.
And there'd be barbecue on every corner.
It would not get lost where I'm at. You can look on the horizon here in Iowa and see all the way across the state sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I've actually never heard anything positive about the state of Iowa, just so you know. You're welcome to share something with me, but
I don't know how many good things come out of Minnesota myself, but
Good God's country.
I found the footage, and this is Jason Sedottle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's really riding a draft.
Yeah. So
No, I think not really, but
looks just like Gracie.
Thank God I don't.
For Stone Cold $1 million. My green all comes through collar, and I'm all good with that.
Thank God I don't drink anymore, because I would have gotten drunk and probably tried to ride it.
When I went on a training exercise in Thailand, I got to ride an elephant in the river. That was pretty cool.
That would
I was in Egypt for Bright Star once, and they always told everybody, don't ride the camel.
No, don't do that.
And so everybody was listening, except there was just one female lieutenant in military intelligence of all things, and the guy told her it's free. Get on a camel. So she got on the camel, and it was free to get on, but it was like $50 to get off.
That sounds like alimony is what that sounds like.
It's an expensive experience.
Frank is never short of a good story.
And I finally realized what my last book is going to be. Whenever that happens, my last book is going to be a collection of all the stories that I've come across in my 28 years serving. And nobody will believe it, but they're...
No. But can the cover have the bird on your head picture?
Yeah.
I'm going to freeze frame.
With the helmet. The helmet and the bird.
With the helmet,
You should call that book No Shit There I Was.
What had happened?
And now I don't have to worry about that part of the book.
Except I think there will be a lot of that actually in the book. So it's not no shit. It's all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
No, that's just what everybody says. You know, every time they start a story, it's no shit. There I was.
There it was.
Yeah.
Just like the old what was it? Maybe it was the Three Stooges. Slowly I turned.
Yeah. You got to start the book off. The very first sentence needs to be, I want to start this off by saying, and then go into some obscene and wild story and make it so not believable.
There's some good ones.
What?
Oh, I'm sure.
JJ Hardy, what's your craziest military story that you remember?
Gosh, you know, I'm not even going to talk about combat because there was some stupid stuff with my soldiers downrange. But, you know, I would still have to say that the one that always comes to mind was when I was an E5, only 3 months into being an NCO. And I got a call in the middle of the night. Apparently, a couple of my soldiers and their friends were drinking in the barracks and they were being loud and they were underage. But one decided he would climb the building, and he was still on that building when I got there. And when I showed up, one of his friends yelled for him by name. And would you believe it was just like the Pollock joke? They said his name and he turned around and waved and fell off the building.
Nice.
Oh, Lordy.
And then they fixed him, but he forever had the nickname Spider-Man after that.
Sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got one? Frank, give me one of your stories.
Oh, my favorite one, you've heard this one before, is when I was a lieutenant down in the motor pool and I just started chewing tobacco because everybody else was doing it. So I had a big mouthful and I turned to my side and spit. Next thing I knew, I heard this voice, "Who the heck is spitting on me?" And I looked down there. It was our battalion commander.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It was just me. I just started chewing." And he started laughing.
Oh,
God.
He said, "Well, don't do it again, Demith."
Only in the Army would that happen. Had I done that in the Marine Corps, I would have gotten thrown through a freaking brick building.
Yeah.
Be like the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's your crazy, funny one to drop on us tonight?
Oh, God. I'll keep this one brief. It never happened. I checked into my unit in 2011, and it was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and right across the street from the front gate of New River Air Station is a strip club called Toby's. And I went to said strip club with friends of mine that said that it's just kind of a ritual with all the newbies. And I was like, okay, cool. Just met these guys. I had no reason to not trust them.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the night, while we're all sitting there, I hear my name being called over the loudspeaker of the strip club. And I get escorted up by a bunch of the fantastic dancers. And I got handcuffed behind my back around a pole, sitting on a chair in the middle of the center stage. And they proceeded one by one to come out, give me dances, and everybody was hooting and hollering. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a rite of passage. This is super sweet. Then they start coming out 2 by 2, and I was like, living the life. I'm a single Marine. I'm like, yes. Then all of them came out onto the stage and proceeded to undress me from the waist up, scratch my chest, pinch my nipples, take off my belt, gave me probably a good 6 or 7 good whacks with it. And all I got was a t-shirt.
No.
And I had to explain at PT why I looked like I'd gotten like abused
Yeah, yeah.
But
so
like
did you get a T-shirt that night
happened.
as well? Did you get a T-shirt that night?
I did. I got.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you froze.
2 virgins. Oh no, what happened?
You're back.
Yep.
Everybody disappeared for a quick second. But I got a T-shirt, and all it said was something about like 72 virgins, and all I got was this T-shirt, and it had like a bunch of silhouettes of some women that were.
Frame that.
Everyone does the desk pop. I mean, you got the desk pop.
I hate to say it, but all guys, all young active duty service member men have a strip club story. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And you know want to know the funny thing? The funny thing is, two years later, I meet my now wife across the street at the gas station of that strip club. Oh.
Well, congratulations.
She was not a dancer. She was
your story.
She was not a dancer. No. I met her in the Circle K parking lot across the street from the strip club. Actually, I was funny thing is I was trying to hook up with her friend, and then I met her, and I was like, "You're way prettier," and we were friends for like a month, and then she made a move on me. She thought that I was gay because she gave me a ton of opportunities to make a move on her, and I didn't do it. So she thought I was gay. I'm not. And yeah, that was interesting. But now here we are 13 years later and 2 kids. So
I can tell you, I'm digging this conversation.
When I was at Fort Bliss, and this was way back, we had exotic dancers downstairs in the officers club, and they were 2 women who would come over from Juarez and dance for all the lieutenants going to the basic course. And it was around Christmas, and the one dancer came out, and she was really pretty attractive, and then her buddy comes out, and she was like 240 pounds.
God.
And she came out wearing a trench coat. And so she's moving around with the trench coat on. And then she's got her back to the crowd, and she drops the trench coat, turns around, and there's 2 Santa Claus pasties. I fell out of my chair laughing.
Full size Santa Claus pasties.
I was
to scale.
I'll never forget it.
Oh my God!
I've been afraid of Santa Claus ever since.
Yeah, I was gonna say Christmas has got to bring some PTSD back from you, huh? Flashback. Oh God.
Miss Eichmann, do you have a story you want to share?
No, not at all. That one takes the cake. Nope. I'm good.
We're not worthy, Frank.
Yeah. No, I can't even begin to say that every one of my stories combined that I have, and I have some pretty good ones, but every one of my stories combined, I guarantee you, is like 2% of the crazy stories that Frank's probably experienced.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Was her nick? I can't even say it without laughing. Hold on. What's her nickname? Tons of fun.
Yeah. Lord, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to. So,
I think it was Avalanche.
My role in my world
better.
was like Hawkeye and Pearson mashed. I literally loved my service. If I could have gotten away with wearing the Hawaiian shirt during, I would have probably tried it. But I would test absolutely every limit you could. Now, when it came to professional and military courtesy, I was always parade rest, always doing what you're supposed to. But you know what? When it was our time, it was our time.
Yeah.
And I tested the limits. I mean, there might have been a colonel or 2 that lost their Humvee, and they'd come out and there'd be a shooting dummy where the seat was and just the tires. I don't know how, when, or why that would have ever happened, but that
Such
may
a
have
clean
happened.
answer, Mark.
What?
Such a clean answer.
I know, right?
Bullshit.
So,
it's the PC. It's the PC answer.
In the year I got married. I'm from Wyoming, and we did a tour, and I stopped at Bear Country USA. I don't know. It's funny to me. I bought a bear mask, and I was heading to training. So I'm like, this bear mask's in my truck. What can I use it for? Well, they decided that, okay, we're going to do the full game. We're going to go do in the field. You're going to wear camo. You're going to do all this. I'm like, what's better? I'm going to wear a bear mask out in the field, man. That's what I'm going to do. It's camo. It's not identical. I did this, and the colonel was so pissed off at me. He might have drawn something out of a thing on the side. Not that he had ever pointed at me, but he's like, I need to know who that soldier was. I mean, I camoed up underneath the mask. So I walked around the tree, took the mask off, came back around. It was all good. They never had any idea who it was. It was all good.
Now you brought up practical jokes. I have to tell you this one because it was we got in so much trouble, all of us, because it was a group effort. So we waited until our detachment NCO went into the porta potty right outside of where we were working. My first deployment downrange. We were waiting for it, all of us. So one person went and got the Humvee, backed it up to the porta potty. Then we took another Humvee, backed it up to the backside of the porta potty. Somebody stood on the back of the Humvee, dropped a huge rock inside the tube at the top of the porta potty, and then we just sat there and let him squirm and yell and cuss and everything else, knowing that he was having the worst time of his life.
I was expecting that to go a completely different direction when you said you brought the Humvees over. I thought you guys were going to yank that thing and drive the Humvee away with it. Like
that would have been good too.
Oh my God. That's where I was expecting it to go. That's funny though. Oh man, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, and he couldn't go anywhere.
Frank has done this, but have any of you stayed in a World War II billet?
Yes.
Define that.
Well, it's
probably not, but
open bay.
Housing. They're old. They are open bays, which everyone does the open bays, but it's bunk beds. It's mandatory to have. They're all bunk beds. There's one latrine. The latrines are open. There's 12 stools in there, and everyone is when they do your morning thing. You're all sitting there open, no walls.
Oh yeah, that's Marine Corps boot camp. There were no.
Okay, fair enough.
There's no doors on the stalls, so you're looking at everybody while you're doing your business.
Oh yeah.
Drill instructor actually ran in and screamed and told me to war cry while I was in the middle of taking a shit.
Yeah, well, I war cry doing that every day, so that's I get that.
Nobody has to tell me to do that.
Yeah. Now nobody has to tell me to do it.
Right. It's just another story. We'll come to it another time. But
our showers were across the street.
Oh jeez.
Oh lordy.
And I went through basic training 2 days before Thanksgiving and ended on the 2nd of February.
Yep. I was in boot camp from November to January. Well, November to February also. It was my very first time being away from my family for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and it was awful. And fun fact, the grandson of Gunny Ermey, Arlie Ermey, was in my company.
Classic. Not
in my platoon, but he was in my company. They called him Bolt. And once the drill instructors found out that he was Arlie Ermey's grandson, they messed him up all day.
I was going to say that could go both ways.
Oh, he got lit up at every possible instance. He got lit up.
This is my rifle. This is my.
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy lived on the quarterdeck, man. He was slayed all day, every day by the drill instructors. He was picked on so much. I tried to lay low, and I apparently moved too slow, and one of my drill instructors honed in on me.
When I enlisted, I enlisted as an Army bandsman. And when I got to basic training, the drill sergeants asked me why I was wearing PFC stripes. And I said, well, it's stripes for skills. And they said, well, what skill do you have, DeMith? And I said, I'm a bandsman, drill sergeant. He says, you're a what? I'm a bandsman. He said, and they turned around all the other drill sergeants. We got a flute tutor over here, everybody.
Oh, God.
And they made me hum the Budweiser song every time I saw him. So I'd be going, bump, 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 bump.
Yep.
And one time we were at the firing range right before we were supposed to graduate. We were qualifying with our M16s. And I was running ammo because I had already qualified. And so the drill sergeants were back there talking to the company commander. So I'm like, I'm going to get mine. So I grabbed the empty cans and I go up past them. And when I got up to him, I started going, bump, 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 bump. And the lieutenant turns around and says, soldier, what are you doing? And I said, well, it's the Budweiser song, sir. And he says, I know what song it is. And he says, why are you doing it? And the drill sergeants are standing behind him going, and I said, well, the drill sergeants told me I had to do that every time I saw them. He says, they did they? And he turned around, go ahead, soldier. And I walked off. And when we finished, the drill sergeant grabbed the whole
still alive today.
And they said, DeMith, well, I was already permanent road guard the whole time during basic. So the drill sergeant come up to me and goes, and they're both smiling. They said, DeMith, rounders. So the entire 3 miles or so back to the barracks, I had to run around the whole formation. It was worth every step.
Yeah, there's a kid that I'm still friends with to this day. He was in boot camp with me, and over boot camp, now I hear there's an app that the parents and the family can log into for what their soon to be Marine is doing while in basic training, and like see the schedule and everything. It's so ridiculous, but they didn't have that when I was in 2010. So they tell you, don't, because the first letter that they send your family home is a generated letter that they make themselves, and they send it to the parents and the family, and they say, do not send magazines, do not send, goodies, no snacks, no nothing. You send letters, maybe, pictures, and that's it. But the pictures are going to be, scanned, for appropriateness before they give them out. And this one, I like I said, I was in boot camp for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and around Christmas time, this recruit Gattuso, well, he's a Marine now, but back when we were recruits in boot camp, he got a package from his grandmother for Christmas. And there were 76 people in my platoon. And it had like 76 goodie bags full of like candy canes and freaking chocolates and stuff. And so the drill instructors, they call everybody online, you get in front of your foot lockers, and they're like, recruit Gattuso, get to the quarterdeck. He runs to the quarterdeck. He's like, what's this? Drill instructor drops this big, huge box down at his feet. And he's like, this recruit does not know, sir. And he's like, well, open it. Sees 75 different little goodie bags wrapped in like Christmas, bags and stuff. And the drill instructor's like, are you supposed to get this stuff? He says, no, sir. Well, now you're going to get slayed on this quarterdeck, and we're going to IT you. And we're going to read off what they did was they read off the names starting from the top of the list, alphabetical order, every recruit that was in our platoon, all 74 other of us. And he got IT'd on the quarterdeck until all of us, one by one, were called to the front, and we had to eat everything that was in our goodie bag. And then when we were finished, the next recruit would get called up, and they'd eat everything really, really fast. And it was like over an hour of him getting slayed on the quarterdeck. while we were stuffing our faces with hard candies and like chewing peppermint patties and candy canes and all sorts of crap. It was ridiculous. Like
they just look for reasons to mess with you.
Of course.
Always.
80% mental, 20% physical is what I tell you.
Absolutely. JJ Hardy, what is the next big thing for you, brother? Where are we going?
Well, I'm trying to book as many speaking engagements as I can. I've kind of enjoyed it. I never thought I would be somebody who got back up in front of people again. But I started doing that, invited to service clubs, and then I started getting paid for a couple of them. And I don't know, it's actually a lot more fun than I expected. Plus, of course, I'm going to finish my new book. It's on my Voices framework, and that's that should come out by the end of this year.
Give me a 5-sentence statement of why people need to book you to be a speaker.
Why do people, oh gosh, I think I'm going back to puberty. So why do people need to book me to be a speaker? I would say because I bring a real worldview of experienced leadership from somebody who has literally had to go from nothing, living on the streets in his truck, to joining the military, having a family, making my way up through the ranks in the military, E1 to E7, and then warrant officer to be like a program management role. And then after being able to start a podcast and a business and start and scale both of those. And I bring a real world practical approach to all of it. Not just by the book, but through experience.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Theory. What's the next big thing for you, as Siri's trying to answer this question now?
Sorry. So I am working on putting together a small little multi-state tour for the album, for Crash Landing. And also potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be going back on tour. For those of you who did not know, I was on tour with a much larger artist. His name is Jerry Robinson. Shout out to Jerry Robinson, and Darren Dillon and his wife, Jillian. But they brought me along on tour in May, and that was an incredible experience. Jerry Robinson is part of one of the biggest and most iconic independent hip-hop record labels, Strange Music. For those of you who know Tech Nine, it is Tech Nine's label, and Jerry Robinson is a part of that label. He has multiple songs with him, and I was very blessed to go on that tour, and he's going for a second leg on the tour out in the West Coast, and I am currently speaking with his tour manager on and off, Darren Dillon. He's a good friend as well, great guy, but hopefully going to be joining Jerry on that second leg of the tour. I'm going to see what the openings look like. So I may be out west, expanding some of the performance for my album on tour out west, which will be fun, and just continuing to work on some music. Like I said, I got that single dropping, Dark Matter. It's going to drop on July 31st, and I'm just going to continue to keep pushing.
Let's roll this last song of yours.
Yeah. Floating. Shout out to Binks.
Floating. Any lead into that?
No, not really. It's another one that's kind of on the slower side. Just a nice, relaxing song, but yeah, enjoy it.
This is Theory with Floating.
All right, systems check. Thrusters on. All right, Eli, take us up. Yeah, I'm just floating through the cosmos with the stars up under my feet. like I'm walking on all them constellations. This view been bringing me peace. Better now that I'm up above all them clouds. Was terrified of heights, nowadays I would hate to come down. All the times I would say I'ma make it somehow. Celebrate my fate, the state is profound. Like elevation's astounded. Back in the day the greats would break ground. Till I made my own way, aim straight for space, break the simulation. Now they faces dumbfounded. Can't believe the place that I'm found in. Ain't no debate, was chasing that crown. Then I realized it was a waste of time. Brace for takeoff, so their expectations confounded. I never felt as good as I've been feeling way up here. Orbiting the planets, got me looking down at all my peers. Used to question my potential, now I see the vision clear. Just needed fuel for blasting off, can finally say my time is here. And I'm up and away. You think I'm by the sun with the way I'm shining, so I guess I'm here to stay. I work too damn hard and I ain't declining. Won't be where I am, not celebrated. World's full of evil, there's too much hatred. That life y'all living is overrated. I feel the peace that my tracks created, like dang.
Planets painting the sky, and I'm among it all. Just colors in the light, I hear the silence call. Weightless in the glow, got peace inside my soul. Beauty in the void, I'm floating endlessly. I'm floating endlessly. Yeah, I'm floating endlessly. Feels like I'm floating endlessly. Yeah, I'm floating endlessly.
Look, I've been learning patience. Can't force what you don't feel, then I learned life is what you make it. Yeah, it's a little cliche, that don't mean that it's weights of fabrication. If it hits, then don't worry about the affectation. Authentic means you find a bit of inspiration, and original is really just an adaptation. And I found that light in me, finally free. I know who I wanna be, someone at peace. I set my boundaries with them, they cross them, and I'ma just lead. Never say Banks had time to waste, never could keep my lie to bait. Finally got right with a G-O-D, and with the king of all kings, my final place. Woo.
Planets painting the sky, and I'm among it all. Just colors in the light, I hear the silence call. Weightless in the glow, got peace inside my soul. Beauty in the void, I'm floating endlessly. I'm floating endlessly. Yeah, I'm floating endlessly. Feels like I'm floating endlessly. Yeah, I'm floating endlessly.
Would you look at that? You know, Eli, I used to have dreams about having this kind of view. Now I'm here, looking at it. All the stars and planets, it's so peaceful up here. I don't even want to go back down to Earth. Feels kind of good being up here all by myself.
That is Ryan Theory.
Yeah. So that was a lead into All By Myself. All By Myself is that next track. That's why the ending had that. Feels kind of good being up here all by myself. It's just a lead into that song. But the symbolism behind that song is kind of a metaphor for being up at what I feel is above a lot of my peers that, and no shade at any of my peers by any means. A lot of them are extremely talented, but I feel like this album is kind of not my peak, but I'm getting so much better, and I've improved so much, and being at the top of what I feel at the top of my game now, and we're only getting better. I'm only getting better and improving and learning more, and looking down at all the planets, and it's kind of like a metaphor for looking down on everybody who used to doubt my vision and doubt my motivation and doubt my dream, and just kind of looking down on that and being like, I used to dream of this like 7 years ago when I started doing music. I never thought that I would be on tour with Jerry Robinson. I never thought that I would, be on tour at all. So getting to live all these experiences and do all these things is just such a humbling experience. And that's kind of the symbolism behind that song. So
your story, your message, and everything that you have portrayed through your music and even in representing who and what you are is pure and authentic. And it is just absolutely appreciated. We don't get to see that. And I think a lot of people fight for the gold, so to speak, or for that trophy, and that just the fact that you just want your message out there is, it seems like that's the drive for the purpose. And so, thank you, Ryan Theory.
Thank you.
And
thank you very much. It's a very, as I said, it's a humbling experience, and I'll always stay true and authentic to who I am. And I won't change for anything, not any amount of money. You couldn't buy me, you can't purchase me. The goal obviously is to be able to make a living off of doing what I love, but there's a bigger purpose for that drive and that motivation, not necessarily for money, but the purpose behind it. Being able to, I'd love to retire my mother. I would love to be able to, put my daughters through college and do all these things, that my parents, my mom and my stepdad, they never got to do. Buy a house and, have generational wealth and generational, set up my family for generations to come. That's the overall goal. And I'll always stay true and authentic to that goal. So, and I hope that it continues to shine and show that message through my music. I'll always make that a priority.
I love it. Well, sadly, unfortunately, I mean, we've been here for the good chunk of 2 hours, and we just greatly appreciate our guests willing to give us their time and their effort and their content. And it is time that we got to bring it, unfortunately, to a close. And there's been so much amazing conversation. And we always talk about let's grow, finding the growth, and the version of ourselves always should be better tomorrow than it is today. And that's growth. But it is our time of our last segment, and that's our final thoughts. We normally let Frank start this off. We'll just kind of do a little clockwise. In my perspective on the screen, the clockwise is Frank, JJ, Andrea, Theory, and then myself. And then we're going to do our final thoughts and close her down. Frank.
Okay. There's so many things that came across during this show. It kind of had me going back and forth a couple of times on what I want to talk about at the closing. But this one thing is kind of important to me, and it's something that I saw on social media before the 4th of July. And there was a young person talking about whether or not they should celebrate the 4th of July. And if celebrating it would mean that they supported the current administration. And I about dropped my coffee cup. And it's like, you missed the whole point of the 4th of July. The 4th of July is not tied to any political party or any group. It's our country. It's the anniversary of our country. Without the 4th of July, we wouldn't have parties. We wouldn't have anything. Our country is the most important thing that we need to focus on. And how you go about supporting it is up to you. But don't get confused about the holiday and the politics tied to it, because the holiday is a celebration of our country and the fact that it's grown another year. And it just stuck with me. And I hope that the younger generation is not falling for this and forgetting the importance of the holiday and not getting confused with other things, because that would be a grave mistake for our country to make. And that's my 2 cents for today.
I appreciate it, Frank. Thank you. JJ.
Well, gosh, how do I follow that? I agree with you. And, coming from a podcast that we're on right now, where it's mostly service members in here, if not all of us, I would say that you have the right to celebrate, not because of politics, but because, this is a free country, and we've all fought for the freedom of this country. So go out there and have a great time. And I just appreciate being on this show today. As far as a message, I would say that, everyone has a goal that they have. I mean, Theory talked about his, you asked me about mine. Everyone has something that they want to do. I think that my one message for everybody listening is just to get out of your head and do what you got to do. There's always going to be noise keeping you from doing what you're doing. Most of it's made up. We make up our own noise and keep ourselves from moving forward sometimes. But if there's something you want to do, just go out and do it.
Thank you, JJ. Miss Eichmann.
Sorry, I muted the sneezers. I want to thank you guys for coming on again. What a cool thing that I honestly just sent out invites and got you two, and you are so connected already. That's kind of cool. And then we didn't know till JJ talked about his son in the song, and that was pretty freaking cool. So thank you guys for that and for sharing that. And I do want also to thank you for sharing, like, there's some personal and sensitive stories in the background, and I appreciate that coming from a not serving background, military, right? I serve everybody else. That's okay. Serve those who served. That's what I hope to accomplish for those who served. But just the unplanned fun of having you guys come on. And Ryan, I gotta say, I don't know what I was doing. I must have been taking notes and concentrating, and I was trying to conjure up what songs you shared last time. I had to go back and listen, but today's awesome music. It wasn't like I remembered your music, and it awesome. Thank you for sharing. Wow. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to share with others and get it on the radio. Also, you guys, shit is okay, and I think ass is okay on radio, so I won't have to cut much out of this show at all for the radio. No, I'm kidding. We just have a couple stations that are like, oh, we're family friendly. We need to. I'm like, okay. Honestly, some of them have been so nice they go cut it out if they don't like it anyway. So that's on them. Again, the sharing, and I'm just touched all the time by Ryan. I can see you love music. You love doing your music. You'd like to do more of your music. And then it comes back to the humbleness of, I'd like to help people with it. I'd like to help them do their music. I'd like to help them by sharing my stories. And so every time I'm just at awe of how it comes back to the non-me center. And JJ, same thing. You are obviously out there looking to help others by the experiences and the learning that you've had. And it comes from the heart, you guys. I can't say thank you enough. I swear, you guys that have served come back all the time and just want to keep giving. And I think from my point, you've given a ton already. And so thank you for sharing your hearts and your sharing.
Ryan.
Thank you. I'm actually quite touched by that. Yeah, I mean, it's, to follow everybody that's already said really what I was planning to say. It's always a pleasure to be on this podcast. It's my second time on here, I believe. And, every time it's been just nothing short of enjoyable. So thank you guys for having me on here as well, giving me the platform and the opportunity to be able to showcase the new things I'm working on and give me a platform to promote and spread the music and the message. So it means a lot. And as far as, Frank and JJ, congratulations to you guys on everything that you guys are doing as well. I'm very, very happy to hear it. And I wish nothing but the success for everybody here on this podcast and who's watching. But as far as a message, I would say that I think that the world, not even necessarily just our country, but the world just kind of needs to get more into a loving sense, because there's so many things that happen very well and so many good things that have been accomplished when we're united. And the people that are 7 to 8 billion people that are on this planet right now, this rock that we call Earth, these are our people, right? Like, these are the ones that throughout our lifetime we are going to spend this lifetime with. And I know it's hard sometimes to love people who you feel don't love you, or who want bad things to happen to you, or have ill intention towards you. But just trying to spread a message of peace, love, positivity, love, people how you want to be loved, and treat people how you want to be treated. It can go a long way, and even a little spark of that can create a huge fire. So I just hope that everybody enjoys the rest of their week going into next week, and I hope that everybody starts to feel and generate a little more love.
Your blessing, brother. I want to thank our guests for being on here tonight. I want to thank the amazing amount of people that came on to watch our episode tonight. We did get a little lengthy. I won't apologize for that at all. There's a part of me that feels a little bit ashamed based on the comments that Frank said earlier in his ending statements, and the fact that I read a statement from an administration from my local space that said that they would not be recognizing or acknowledging the 250th anniversary of our country. And I feel like that's just absolute nonsense. And I appreciate Frank's statement or thoughts around, and I also appreciate that young person's, they're so confused because they hear so many things coming from our media. And when I say media, we're talking families, clergy, teachers, friends, and social media, and like the media sources of, we've got to figure it out. And if we don't figure it out, it's going to sting a lot more than it's stung to date. And the reality is, and again, this is going to piss people off, we got to get rid of all the flags and just fly good old glory to represent us, Americans, the people that habitat this chunk of land. We can talk about expansionism. We can talk about all that stuff. The reality is, at some point, someone was going to take land from another person, regardless of their background, their heritage, their culture, their religion, all that. That's just the way the world worked. We ain't doing it anymore. It's not. Maybe there's a way to do it. I mean, fiscally, I suppose you could ruin a country. But the reality is, I have a conversation that says, or a statement that I start a conversation with Patriot Pride, and I end a conversation with Patriot Pride. And it means that I believe in what this country is about. And I believe in the ugly, and I believe in the beauty. And the reality is, this year did hit me a little bit different. And I don't know the why. I mean, I just appreciate the amount of effort. Maybe it's the FIFA Cup. I don't understand soccer, folks. I'm going to be honest with you. But just hearing the stories about how many people have come to America and the amount of stories that are out there about how amazing that experience has been for them tells another story, because they go back and say, I heard I should hate this place.
Mm-hmm.
Boo-hoo on you. Thumbs down if you're spilling that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be prideful in where we have been and where we have gone and where we are going to go. That's my truth. And if you are part of the separation, if you want to put the negativity into the world and you want to create a bias because of that, I need to say something about it. I will be polite. I will be genuine, but I'm going to celebrate what I am and who I am and why I serve this country. That's me. Again, I appreciate the team. I appreciate everyone. Thank you guys for being here for us. What a great, amazing evening. Thank you, America, for what you've given us, and keep doing what you do. Patriot Pride, check your 6, and we will see you when the smoke clears.